Premier League's key matchup will see two old rivals, Liverpool and Manchester United, go head-to-head. I think this is going to be really close, and personally, I think I might pass on the outright. What are you thinking?
I also think this will be really close. Yeah, I think for me this has got draw written all over it. Actually, you got two teams, like you say, sort of former real titans of the Premiership that are a bit of a shadow of their former selves. Man United are playing a very turgid brand of football this season, and even their own manager Louis van Gaal admitted that they're pretty boring the other day, which was quite astonishing. They've struggled to pick up points recently, and Liverpool aren't doing great really either. They've got a good manager, but the players he's got at his disposal at the moment probably aren't quite where he needs them to be, and he's got a big injury crisis. So I can see both sides sort of cancelling each other out, and I think a draw would be an acceptable result for both sets of players and fans, so they wouldn't lose too much face.
Yeah.
So I think for the outrights, I'd opt for a draw here.
Well, you're a braver man than me there. Liverpool are the favourites. We'll take a look at the outrights. Liverpool are favourites 2.38, the draw 3.3, and then Man United 3.6. One bet I am leaning to, though, is the under 2.5 goals. But we have seen the over 2.5 goals in the last three meetings, so I am torn. What would you suggest I take, over or under?
I would suggest you take under, actually. I know that both teams actually drew 3-3 in their last games. Liverpool drew 3-3 with Arsenal, and Man United drew 3-3 with Newcastle. So that would suggest that we're in for a high-scoring game. But actually, if you look at the pattern of Man United's games over the last few months, very rarely has there been more than a few goals in any of them. I think the vast majority of them have been 0-0 at half time, and then sort of it's either finished 0-0 or 1-0 to somebody. So I actually think you could see a low scoring game here between two cautious sets of players. So I'd opt for the under 2.5 goals if I were you.
All right, well, the under bet comes in there, 1.65, bet 365. But Martin, run us through the bets you've got for us today.
So as I say, I'm going to go for a draw, and I would place a full stake on that one. But I like looking at the correct scores, and 0-0 half time looks like a very interesting bet to me, just because of the astonishing number of Man United games that have been 0-0 at half time this season. So I'd put a half stake on that, and then a half stake on 1-1 full time. I can see a couple of goals second half, maybe Firmino and Rooney have both hit form at the right time, so I can see them two scoring. So that'd be my bets.
All right, so a good selection of bets there from Martin. Martin, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.